Greetings, YouTube. In data collected by the Gallup polls in 2024, the number of Americans identifying in the LGBTQ plus categories has gone up 9.3%. I don't think they have collected data for this year as of yet. You're often delayed by a year because you need to collect the data and then you need to correlate it and all that crap. However, at the same time, I just read an article. This is, and the title of it is LGBTQ plus identification in free fall among youth. In actuality, it is going up because the younger Americans are moving into adulthood. So now there are more people in adulthood who are claiming to be a member of a non-straight, non-cisgender community. But the article from the Association of Mature American Citizens, I'm telling you, the Onion needs to go out of business. Because if you could just change one of those letters, it would be the Association of Manure American Citizens, which is probably more accurate. And they're saying that the people identifying is in a free fall, which is just proof to them that the whole identification with non-straight, non-cisgender identities is a social contagion, which is what they call it, which is, of course, bullshit. Now, in the event that at some point in our future, the number of people who are publicly stating that they are not members of the LGBTQ community may be affected by the social structures around them, because you have to put data into context. Now, if the Nazi regime that's currently in power is able to enact more of its policies, people may not publicly state that they're not straight, not cisgender, out of fear of retaliation. It doesn't mean that the number of people who aren't straight and aren't cisgender goes down. It just could mean that people don't publicly state that they are members of that community. But that level of contextual subtlety is something apparently redcaps don't seem to want to handle very well. They don't seem to want to put the effort in to understand that people are social, and they will respond to social movements and make corresponding adjustments to their behavior for their own safety. It's like the conservatives have said many times that suicide rates are far higher among transgender people, and their justification, they say, well, see that right there? They're not mentally healthy. Not taking into account that the reason that those rates are so high is because there are people in society and in their own families who are treating them poorly over their entire lives, and that has impacted their mental health. It isn't that they have a bad mental health because they're transgender. It's that society has been dumping garbage on them for their entire lives, which has then put them into a place where they think there's only one possible solution to their issues. And let me tell you, that's a permanent solution to something which is quite often a temporary problem. If you're in that state and you're in that dark place, call someone. Because your life is worth a hell of a lot more than the opinion of any goddamn conservative. So yeah, conservatives will jump on any bandwagon that fits their narrative and ignore any piece of data which has actually been collected by reputable sources that doesn't fit into their narrative, because they're disingenuous asshats.